What's up everybody, Jason for VASA Productions. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this custom block transition inside DaVinci Resolve Fusion. Coming up. All right, so here we are inside the Edit tab of DaVinci Resolve. We want to use that transition between these two fitness clips we have right here. So let's just take the two clips and let's take them, bring them into the timeline right here. I've got the link off. I'm going to delete the audio real quick by selecting these and just hit the delete key. I'm also going to shorten up the length of these clips to about 4 seconds here real quick. Drag the playhead. On my keyboard, I have B set to take off the end of a clip from the playhead. So you can see that it automatically does that with the B key. Yours will be something different. B here to take that end off right there. Now what we want to do is add a Fusion clip to this and then take the Fusion clip and make it about 2 seconds long here for the transition. And then take that Fusion clip and drag it right over the middle of these two clips, or roughly over the middle. Come down to the Fusion tab and select that. Take the media out right here, drag that off to your right. Left click and drag this background into the workspace. Take its output and left click and drag that into the media out. And we have a black background. Take the background, select that, and then alpha down to 0 so it's transparent. We're going to use the new shape tools to create this transition. So let's come up here to Tools, come down to Shape, left click on that, come down to Shape Render, select that and bring that in, come down to Shape Rectangle, select that and bring that in. Take the output of the shape rectangle, bring it into the shape render. Take the output of the shape render, bring it into the background. That will create a merge right there, okay? Take the rectangle, bring that up. And now what I want to do is come over to Transform and Shape Transform and just select that by left clicking real quick. And then I can take this rectangle and I can change the size of it really easily. Take the X size, drag it all the way to 5, and the Y size all the way to 5. Now come over here and take the X offset and just drag it all the way off your screen like this. This is a really big shape. Come over to 0 right here, left click on the keyframe for X offset, and then we're gonna go to keyframe 32 right here. We're gonna take that X offset, drag it to the right until it's completely off the screen. It's huge, it might take a little bit there. Then I'm gonna come over here to the spline, left click on that, left click transform, left click on fit the zoom, left click and drag over these keyframes, let go, hit S to smooth, Option on a Mac to drag this handle out, and we're just gonna try to smooth this a little bit by hitting space bar right here, right to play, and we can see that zooming across the screen. Now to get some motion blur, you just come over to Shape Render and left click on that, come over to Settings for that, and just select Motion Blur. Now we've got motion blur with that rectangle going across the screen. We need to create those some more shapes. So now what I'm gonna do is take these guys and left click and drag right here, hit Command C on a Mac, just left click right there in the space and Command V to paste. And what I wanna do is I wanna create some merge here. So take the output of the transform into the output of this transform, and that creates a merge. It looks a little messy. Take this transform, line it up here, and this rectangle right here. Now this new shape rectangle and transform have been inherited the keyframes and the color of the original rectangle right here. So it doesn't look like we have two rectangles, but we actually do. Come up to this second rectangle right here, left click on it, come to Style, left click on White, and let's just change this to orange and hit OK. Now you can see it changes the whole thing to orange. To make that different so we can see both of our rectangles, all I need to do is come over here to Transform, come up to Keyframes and left click this, left click right here, and then I can see the keyframes right here. Left click and drag over these two keyframes and just drag them to the right a little bit like this. And let's just bring this back a little bit here, so we can try to see the white rectangle and the orange. And now we can see both of them, right? They're kind of connected. That's basically what we want, is we want a connection between the white and the orange without a gap. Come back up here, go to frame 0 and hit spacebar to play. And we can see the white is now being followed closely by the orange rectangle, right? Hit keyframes again. Now what we want to do is come up here, drag over those, Command C, Command V right here. We want to merge into the existing merge, and we should be able to do that without a problem. Take this transform right here, go into this transform right here, and it creates another merge node and another rectangle and transform connected to it, okay? It looks a little convoluted, a little messy. It's basically just merges going into these. Now I want to take this shape rectangle, which is our third one, come up to style. It's orange right now. We're going to change that to blue and then just hit OK. Come over to transform, select the keyframes right here, and then we're going to take these keyframes and we're going to move these guys as well. So left click and select these to highlight them and drag over. Bring them to the right a little bit more and take the playhead here and bring it back. So now we should be able to see a white, an orange, and a blue rectangle just like that. If I just hit keyframes again and hit spacebar to play, white, orange, blue, just like that. The orange might be a little small for my taste. We're gonna make that a little bigger. Come up to keyframes again. Left click and drag to select these guys, bring them a little bit more to the right so we can see a little more of that orange, right? Hit keyframes again, come back to 0, hit spacebar, white, orange, blue, and I don't think we have any gaps there. We are covered completely, so that looks pretty good. Now to add a little more flair to this, I'm gonna come over here and left click, hit spacebar and shift at the same time, type in drop, and we want a drop shadow node and just left click and drag this drop shadow node with shift held down until this turns blue-green and let go. And now we'll have a little drop shadow on the beginning of our white rectangle and the end of the blue rectangle right there. Now, to see this playback in real time, let's go back to the Edit tab, left click on that, and let's hit spacebar to play and see what our transition looks like. And it covers the hard cut between the two clips. Because in this first clip, right, she's doing one exercise with different weights. In the second clip, she's using barbells, and it's a different exercise. So we want to cover that cut up if we can. And there we have it. Really simple and really easy. All right, so that wraps it up for how to create that custom block transition inside DaVinci Resolve Fusion. If you found this video helpful, or you feel like you learned something today, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. I'm Jason for VASA Productions. We'll see you next time.